Up from the Depths is a 1979 horror film from director Charles B. Griffith. Over in Hawaii, a scientist and one of his students are setting up transmitters underwater. Looks like she's a little more than a student.
How about a kiss goodbye?
Whoa, the screen can hardly contain their passion. While going scuba diving, is a white t-shirt really the best thing to wear? Excuse me, ma'am? You'd probably be able to see better if you turned on the flashlight. Just then, nothing happens! Are you filming my ass? No! I mean, yes. Something grabs a hold of her from underwater and... oh no. Back at the boat... What? What is this? Blood. Hope this is not Chris's blood. Is he gonna drink that? A woman was just eaten by a sea monster. This is not the music I was expecting to go with that. You know something about this movie? It's got a lot of bottoms. At the island resort, Ed slips and falls into a pile of what's left of the girl from the beginning. His wife, Llewellyn, is annoyed by this.
If there was one dog pile in the whole golf course, you'd step in it.
These two are going to be main characters, aren't they? Oscar Forbes, the owner of the establishment, gives the couple some free drinks to make up for the mess. Forbes goes to talk to his PR director, Rachel. He thinks someone's trying to sabotage his resort. He's so angry he has to shit. He almost sits on a dead shark and flips out. Back at the resort, Ed is throwing nickels for the locals to go diving after. Ed and Llewellyn run into the local fisherman, Greg. Greg offers to take them out fishing on his uncle's boat. The doctor returns to try to explain what happened to Sandy.
I have to report a missing person. Sandra Kane. I think she drowned.
Yes, because people explode when they drown. The Bennetts meet the captain. He tells them a story about a crashed yacht somewhere nearby that's filled with treasure. Rachel comes to see Greg. She tells him Mr. Forbes banned him and his uncle from the resort. The doc's talking to Tom, the harbor master. Oh my god, he's like 90% sweat. I hope they throw that chair out. A diver finds Sandy's arm. He tries to tell Forbes about it, but he doesn't care.
Still winning, Mr. Holland?
How's that opus going? Good! Forbes sees Gary and the captain, so he gets them to leave. Llewellyn tells them to stop being a buzzkill.
Mr. Forbes, we came a long way to have a good time. Don't spoil it for us.
The next day, Rachel's out at a remote part of the island with a photographer. He's taking pictures of her and is promptly eaten. Rachel heads back to the resort. Forbes sees she's in distress and immediately jumps to two of the most wrong conclusions.
Rachel, what's the matter with you? Are you pregnant?
Mr. Lasseau.
Oh my god, you've been raped!
She tells him the guy was killed over on the reef, which makes Forbes happy since he doesn't have to report it. I don't think that's how that works. Ugh. Ed looks like he's part poodle. Mr. Holland and Greg go diving. Holland finds a samurai sword and then... what is happening? Greg tells the captain Holland was eaten.
He's dead. Good God, kid, you look like you saw death.
Yeah, that's kind of what I just told you. They tell Ed there's a storm coming and they rush back to shore. Back at the resort, is that Noel or Liam Gallagher? Playboy playmate Iris Lee is making her grand entrance. Rachel tells the harbor master about the dead photographer. Earl reports Mr. Holland's death. What, don't you like my little pants? The doc asks them about the monster, but neither of them want to talk about it. I think he meant to say shock, but he says shark.
When you get over the shark, come and see me.
The harbor master reports 3 people are missing and presumed dead.
I better call Barlow. He'll send somebody over in a couple of days.
A couple of days? That night, Iris got drunk and went missing, so every guy with a pulse is looking for her. They find her skinny dipping, of course. The next day, the guy who found Sandy's arm tells Greg and Rachel. He takes them to where he found it. Meanwhile, Iris is shooting a Duran Duran video. Hey, Forbes, that hat isn't going to prevent your head from getting sunburnt. So the police have yet to arrive, but a reporter shows up at the resort to investigate the deaths. Forbes confronts Earl.
Earl, if you don't get out of here, I'll have you killed.
It's hard to take a death threat seriously from someone wearing this hat. He makes a deal when, ladies, you're in the shot. I think there's been another murder. The kids are swimming underwater when... hello! The fish attacks the boat and kills the miscellaneous actor. The doc and the harbor master arrive to rescue Greg and Rachel. What about this guy and the kids? Screw them. Back at the yacht. Ugh, that voice.
Actually, I'm more attenuated to music, especially trombone players.
They do some underwater shots, and the monster eats the photographer and Iris. Isn't this thing full yet? Doc and the group chase after it. Forbes is reduced to repeating everything Earl says.
I'm talking about business. I'm talking about a
Contest?
Sell tickets.
Tickets?
Doc approaches a floating platform and tells everyone to get out of the water. Here it comes! It's Llewellyn!
Everybody out of the water!
Oh, there goes the harbor master. Okay, everyone, you're on land. You're safe. You can stop running. I'm serious, you can stop running. Why are you running? This isn't a Sharknado! Forbes accidentally shoots himself in the foot. I can't wait for the monster to eat him. Forbes makes an announcement that whoever kills the monster gets $1,000. The guests gather up spears, buy guns, and head out to kill the fish. Even Ed and Llewellyn won in. My money's on Mr. Suki.
I will kill.
Great, a bunch of drunks with guns. I have a feeling they're going to kill each other more than the fish will. Is that Arlie Ermy? No way! Ed can't afford a gun, so he buys a crossbow. My money's still on Mr. Suki. Greg goes with Rachel and Doc to catch the fish alive. Calm down, Greg, Jesus. Oh, classy. Very artistic. Some guys go to the, I'm not even gonna try and pronounce the name of this boat. It doesn't matter, because they blow it up. Alright, I'm starting to lose faith in Mr. Suki. The fish knocks a boat over and kills some more miscellaneous characters. Greg and the Doc are hunting the fish, and Doc gets bit, I think. No puncture marks or tears in his wetsuit. Doc dies from his injuries, and this is not this guy's voice.
I don't care. Here they come. I'm going out there.
With the Doc dead, Greg wants to kill it. They have explosives, but no bait. Oh no, they aren't. Are they? Oh, this is awesome. I can't believe they're doing this. This is a new level of illegal. The fish bites him and kaboom! Greg and Rachel celebrate by making out in a big pile of fish guts. Mr. Suki, I am disappointed. And why is Forbes still alive? The movie was one of the earlier Corman-Santiago joint ventures, only Santiago produced and didn't direct. They used some stock shots of Hawaii to establish the location, but then filmed the majority of the movie in the Philippines. After the massive success of Jaws in 1975, Roger Corman produced the knockoff Piranha, directed by a then unknown Joe Dante. With a budget of a few $100,000, the movie grossed over $16 million and was a huge hit for Corman. Wanting to capitalize on this success, they fast-tracked another sea monster movie, Up From the Depths. Corman worked with writer Charles B. Griffith before, on movies like Not of This Earth and Death Race 2000, and decided to let him direct this one. Griffith was nervous about directing in the Philippines with a mostly Filipino crew and no effects team. When he arrived, the monster they built was this horrendously fake-looking thing. Trying to salvage the film, he decided to shoot it as a comedy. When Griffith sent the film back to Corman, he cut half the film out. Corman wanted to fix the film and make it the horror movie that was planned, so he hired Chris Wallace and Bob Short to create a creature to insert into the movie. He wanted something they could film in close-ups and easily infuse into the already shot film. They built a huge fiberglass monster that men in scuba gear had to pull from underwater. The beast was very heavy, so they were never able to move it as fast as they wanted. They went back to the Philippines and shot some additional scenes, as well as filming some extra footage off Seal Beach in California. Wallace got his start making low-budget films with Corman, and went on to huge films like Return of the Jedi and Arachnophobia. In 1986, he won an Oscar with his makeup effects for David Cronenberg's The Fly. This was Arlie Ermey's third film, and the first where he wasn't playing someone in the military. Less than 10 years later, he'd appear in the legendary role of Gunnery Sergeant Hartman in Full Metal Jacket. Up From the Depths is both an intentional and unintentional comedy. While Corman worked to get the film back to horror, moments of Griffith's comedy would shine through. Griffith called the production a terrible experience and felt like Corman did it to punish him. Regardless, he did direct for Corman twice more, with Smokey Bites the Dust in 1981 and Wizards of the Lost Kingdom 2 in 1989. In spite of the reshoots, the movie still works best as a comedy. With moments like this, how could it not?
Oh, look at the pretty fish. Do fish like bubble gum?
I will care.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to try a new number that I thought of when the tradesmen were blowing through my hair.